Have you ever felt a quiet sense of overwhelm, not from an overflowing calendar or a never-ending to-do list, but simply from the sheer amount of things in your life? Maybe it's the crowded closet, the packed shelves, or the digital notifications that never seem to end. If so, you're not alone. Many of us are searching for a way to bring more peace, clarity, and meaning into our everyday lives. That's where minimalism comes in, not as a rigid rule book, but as an invitation to focus on what truly matters. Minimalism isn't about empty rooms or stark white walls. It's about discovering the richness that comes from owning only what adds genuine value to your life. Today, let's explore 7 life-changing lessons that minimalism can offer. Lessons that can transform not just your space, but your entire outlook. The first lesson is simple, yet profound. Less is more. When you let go of the excess, you make space for the essential. Imagine waking up each morning in a room that feels open and calm, where everything you see brings you joy or serves a real purpose. There's no guilt from unused gadgets, no stress from piles of laundry waiting to be sorted. Instead, there's a sense of peace, a gentle invitation to start your day with clarity and intention. By reducing the physical clutter, you create room for creativity, for rest, and for the experiences that truly enrich your life. The second lesson is about intentional living. Minimalism asks you to pause and consider, do I really need this? Every item in your home, every commitment on your calendar becomes a conscious choice. Instead of accumulating things by default or out of habit, you begin to curate your life with care. This mindset extends beyond your belongings. It's about the food you eat, the relationships you nurture, and the way you spend your time. Intentional living is about aligning your actions with your values so that every day feels purposeful and meaningful. The third lesson is freedom from consumerism. In a world that constantly encourages us to buy more, minimalism offers a quiet rebellion. You realize that happiness isn't found in the next sale, the latest gadget, or the overflowing shopping cart. True contentment lives in the present moment, in shared laughter, in a walk outdoors, in the warmth of a heartfelt conversation. By stepping off the treadmill of constant consumption, you reclaim your power to define happiness on your own terms. The fourth lesson is that time becomes yours again. When you have fewer things to clean, maintain, and organize, you free up your most precious resource, time. Think about how many hours are spent each week searching for lost items, tidying up, or worrying about what to buy next. Minimalism gives you those hours back. Suddenly you have time to pursue your passions, to connect with loved ones, or simply to rest. Your days become less about managing stuff and more about living fully. The fifth lesson is emotional clarity. Our possessions are often tied to memories, identities, or even unresolved emotions. When you choose to let go of what no longer serves you, you create space not just in your home, but in your heart and mind as well. Decluttering can be an emotional journey, sometimes bittersweet, sometimes liberating. As you part with old belongings, you may find yourself releasing old wounds or outdated versions of yourself. What remains is a clearer sense of who you are and what you value. The sixth lesson is environmental kindness. Minimalism isn't just good for your soul, it's good for the planet. Every mindful purchase, every item you choose not to buy is a small act of care for the earth. By consuming less and wasting less, you reduce your environmental footprint. You become more aware of the resources behind each product, the impact of your choices, and the beauty of living simply. In this way, minimalism becomes a quiet form of activism, a way to honor the world we all share. The seventh and final lesson is that gratitude grows. When you stop taking abundance for granted, you begin to appreciate the little things. A warm cup of coffee in the morning, the softness of your favorite sweater, the pages of a well-loved book. These simple pleasures become sources of genuine joy. Minimalism teaches you to savor what you already have, to find happiness not in more, but in enough. Gratitude becomes a daily practice, transforming ordinary moments into extraordinary ones. So perhaps minimalism isn't about having nothing at all. Instead, it's about making room for everything that truly matters. It's about stripping away the noise, the excess, and the distractions so you can focus on what brings you joy, purpose, and peace. It's about living with intention, embracing simplicity, and finding light in the everyday. As you consider these lessons, remember that minimalism looks different for everyone. There's no one-size-fits-all approach. It's not about counting your possessions or following strict rules. It's about tuning into your own needs, values, and dreams. Start small, maybe with a single drawer, a single habit, or a single moment of gratitude. Notice how it feels to create space, to let go, and to choose what matters most. And if this message sparked something within you, know that you're not alone on this journey. Each step toward simplicity is a step toward greater freedom, clarity, and joy. Thank you for joining me today in exploring these life-changing lessons from minimalism. May you find your own inner glow by living with less and loving what remains.